Hello guys, hello friends, hello fellow crafters. I was in my craft room messing about and I just thought, hey, I'm gonna turn on the camera because I'm making some messes and maybe you'd like to watch what I'm doing or join in my mess making. What am I doing? Well, this, we've all seen these, right? This is an Amazon packaging envelope, padded envelope, and I like the way it sounds. It sounds real crinkly and crusty, and I was painting something out in my kitchen and just, you know, the extra paint, I was just coming along and taking it off my brush. And I'm looking at this packaging going, oh man, that acrylic paint really covers it pretty cool. So I'm going to just mess around. I'm going to do some more painting on it, do some mark making on it, and I think it could be a really cool journal cover when I'm done. So let's just paint. Let's just see what happens. There's this YouTuber that I watch, and I really like her. I guess I like her so much because her style is very, very different from me. She's a very free spirit crafter. She just, whatever's on her desk goes into her journals. Whatever is on her desk goes into painting. She's very cool. Her title of her, the title of her channel is, No, that's not what it is. It's not called It's something about bird song. I'll have to look it up. The other reason I love her channel is because I love her voice. She has the most soothing voice. And I mean, I could just listen to her in the background while I'm crafting all day long. Now, I'm not a big fan of some voices on YouTube. I'm not a big fan of my voice on YouTube. But I do really love her voice. It's musical. She has just the right tone, the right sound. I really love her voice. Her name is Lynn. I know that. Lynn at Birdsong. But that's not the title of her channel. It's something to do with birdsong. I'm going to look it up and let you know. Anyways, I encourage you to check her out because she's so cool. She just, whatever. And the messier, the better, you know, she just, anything goes on her, see, look at this. I'm just going to pour the paint right on there. It's the color I really like, so that's why I'm using that. Oh, I just hit my light off again. Okay, let's just... Lynn at Birdsong. Yeah, I just love her. She collects garbage. She's not a garbage collector, but you know, she's like me. She rescues things that were going to be in the dump, put into the landfill, and she just saves them and makes things out of them. And I love that. I think that is incredibly creative. And yeah, she's got a lot of followers. And she sells her journals for pretty good money. I'm not going to sell my journals. I'll give you one if you want one. You know how I feel about that. Maybe I've never explained that. Does anybody care? Well, you know what? I'm just going to blab while I'm crafting here. Yeah, it's going to be all right. I don't ever want to sell my journals because first of all, I can't take rejection. So if I was to have like an Etsy store or something, I just wouldn't feel good about myself if my stuff didn't sell. I'd be checking it every day and like, oh, nobody likes my stuff. Nobody likes me. I just can't do it. I hate rejection. I don't know what my issue is with that. Even at my job, I will go above and beyond. I try to do everything absolutely perfect because I just can't bear the thought of my boss being disappointed in me. Like, oh, she's one of my best friends. Like, and she's always said, don't take things personally. That, you know, this is work. This is work. Like, and she's so good. She's never criticized me. But the few times that I felt a hint of rejection, I just can't handle it. So I work very, very hard to be better than, to be the best at everything I do. Just so I never have to be rejected. Isn't that a weird thing? Oh, I need therapy, I tell you. But you know what? It served me well in my life. I take care. My motto is, if you're going to do something, do it the best of your ability. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep going. I don't know how much on camera I am, but this little tube of paint is almost done, so I'm just going to keep going with it. Cover as much as I can of this bag up. So anyways, Lynn, from her Birdsong YouTube channel, you know, she's just so cool because she doesn't worry about stuff like that. She's like, this is how I am. I'm an artist. I love what I do, and it makes me happy, so that's all that matters. And people like her stuff because they do buy it. But I don't want to sell my stuff. I am really happy to give you some of it if you want it. So, you know, if you see me making something on here and you're like, oh, I love that, I would like that, send me a message. Send me your address. I'll share it. I'll share it with you. Like I said before, what am I going to do with all this stuff I'm making? And, you know, part of me feels like in this world right now, there's not enough givers. There's just a lot of greed, a lot of hatred. If something I'm making on here brings you joy and you'd like to have it, just let me know. I'll mail it to you. I'm happy to share. And you know, I have enough. My world is good. I live in a beautiful country, in a great town. I don't want for anything. My husband and I both work, and we've got lots. We have a beautiful home, great life. I don't need the extra, so I'm happy to share it. Happy to give it away. Okay, that's enough of the blue. Now, Lynn, she don't even let this dry. You know, she would go in with probably some mark making stuff, and she's all about color. And that's one thing I love about her too, is, man, she's all about the color. There is no beige in her world at all. So see here, I got this little kit, this little bag full of acrylic paints from the thrift store years ago. Ooh, gold. We could try some gold. I don't want that one. I want some pink, of course. I love pink. Pink is cool. What's this? Some green, yellow? Light yellow. That might be cool. What's this? A light blue? No. There's some green, orange. I've never used these because I don't know why. Purple, brighter yellow. Yeah. Let's just start with that. Ooh, titanium white. All right. I'm just gonna get my, oh, I don't have one. My sour cream lid, or whatever it was. Huh, what would Lynn do? You know what? She'd just pour it right on the paper, I bet. I'm gonna try this yellow. Okay, so I don't have a little thing to, oh, whoops, look at that. Now, this is cool. Lynn would just leave that. She'd be like, oh, my dry paint, my crusty paint just crapped all over my painting. She'd leave it. Like she'd get water and spritz it and let her mix in. So I don't have any water. I do want to make some marks though. So I'm just gonna put some down on the corner of my paper. Just gonna make a big gob of it. And then I'm gonna find a thing to make marks. And you know, I just threw out, where did it go? Looking in my garbage can. I just threw out this empty glue stick, but the lid might make some cool marks. So just gonna, I don't think you can see that. I just poured a glob down on the corner there. Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's make some marks. So I'm just gonna, tiny bubbles. Yeah, neat. And you can also see the ribbing where the packaging, the padding is. The paint kind of picks that up too. Oh, I like it. Cool. And then, you know what Lynn would do? She'd just like keep going till that thing is cleaned off. And then she'd just roll it along and clean that off. She'd make some more marks like that. This is so hard for me. You know, I'm a very A-type personality. Making messes, that is not easy for me. I'm really good at cleaning up messes. I used to be a housekeeper. At one time, I'd go in and clean people's houses for them. And I was really good at that too. But the old knees gave out and I had to quit. And that's when I started working at the thrift store. Okay, I might have to wash that because it's messy inside my lid. I will have to wash that. Just gonna mix some of that in there. Yeah. I feel the same way about money. I used to be, you'd swear I had grown up in the Depression or something, how tight I was with money. And then one day I just thought, you know, the more I cling to it, the more I hang on to it so tight, the less I seem to have. So I decided, you know, to just loosen up a little. And so now I just spend. No, just kidding. No, that's not it. I just, you know, I'm a little more willing to, you know, when you go into a store and there's this table with somebody's selling tickets for something. Well, if I got the money in my wallet, now I just go ahead and make a donation. You know, it's like, what's $10? It's not gonna make or break me. So I try to be a little less stingy about things like that. This is going to be a real weird video, I can tell already. Blabbing away. Okay, so what am I going to do with that pink thing? Well, let's see. I have this little piece of lace. I could try dipping that in there. See what happens. Do you think it's going to work? Let's see. Just pop some down right here. Okay. There is a mark. It is making a mark. Well, what is that mark? Kind of looks like, I don't know, a whole lot of nothing. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because this is all just going to be background for whatever I put on my journal. The other thing I was thinking about when I'm, oh, you know, I can almost see a rose or something in that. Interesting. My friend at work the other day said I'm always talking about what I'm doing and stuff and my crafts and things. And she said, oh, I looked up junk journals on YouTube and I didn't find anything very interesting. Like the one video I saw was just this lady, she just printed out a lot of pictures, like digitals, and made her journal out of that. And I thought, well, that's kind of boring. And so that got me thinking, okay, what if I show you how to make a journal out of whatever you have? Like, I mean, I have a whole craft room full of supplies that I've carefully collected. I have so much stuff, I don't even know what I've got anymore. And I have enough stuff to make probably 100 journals or more. But what if I showed you, especially my friend Christine from work, how to make a journal out of just stuff you have at home? Would that be interesting? Now, I know there's 101 million videos out there like that, of people making things like that. I'm not inventing anything here. But this would just be my spin on it. And I don't know, I think it would be fun. And I'm really interested in following Lynn's lead, Lynn the birdsong lady, and just making something out of garbage or something out of nothing, you know? Just going more to the edge here. And I want to use up my paint, right? I don't want to waste any. Ooh, cool. Okay, where else do I need? Maybe a few more down the side here. So Christine, if you're watching, make a journal with me. I'm going to show you how to do it. So what I'm using here is an old Amazon padded envelope. It's a good sized one. I'm going to cut it down, of course. It's way too big. But you could use any envelope, really. And one thing a lot of YouTubers have in their craft rooms is wet wipes. I do not have a wet wipe. So I'm going to have to go wash my hands because look. Ugh. Ooh, it's fun being dirty. It's fun being messy. Ooh. Now I'm not going to throw that out. I'm going to keep that little tidbit. The paint will dry and we'll see what happens. Like Lynn would keep that. Okay, so good thing I got my grubby clothes on because I'm making quite a mess. I'm still in my pajamas, to be honest. If you really must know, I'm still in my pajamas. I need some more of these. So my other journal that I did a flip through quite a while ago. Oh, is it ever turning out nice? I'm filling it up now. I've tried journaling. You know, they say it's good for your mental health. And of course, I have a terrible memory. So it's really a good idea for me to write down things as they happen. And then I can go back and look. Yep, that really did happen. Holy smokes. And so I've tried traditional journaling. you know, you get a notebook from the dollar store or whatever, and you start writing in every day, and it was so boring. I couldn't handle it. I was like, this is the most boring thing on earth. Who would ever want to read this? Not even me. I don't even want to go back and read it. So what I decided to do was, I love making junk journals. So I started making junk journals, and I made that blue one, remember? And oh, I'm going to show you a flip through when I'm done it, but it is turning out fun. Oh, so fun. And you know, I'm not writing in it every day, but when something happens, just taking the paint off my lid a little bit. When an event does happen, or we go somewhere and do something, now I go into my journal and I just write it down that day. Or I take a picture of something, like on a drive we went on or something, and yeah, print out that picture. Ooh, look, it's drying on me, and it's all nice. Yeah, so, oh man, it's turning out so great. I can't wait to show you. I'm loving it. It's fun, fun, fun. Okay, so I'm thinking this will be my next journal. And it's kind of cool because these colors kind of go with the colors I had in my other journal. So that's cool. Let's see, what else can I do on there? I still have the gold paint and the white. What else can I make marks with? I'm looking around my craft room now for something that I could make some more marks with. Hold on, let me check. Ooh, here's something kind of cool. How about an empty Smarties box? Oh, there's another. It's not just a Smarties box. I guess I had 2 candies that day. Now Lynn would put this in her journal. Isn't that fun? No, I'm gonna throw that in the garbage. Okay, there's a limit. Okay, could make some square shapes. Wouldn't that be cool? Let's try it. Okay, so we'll try it with the white. Or I could just use, maybe I'll just use the bottom. Dip that in the paint. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little blob of white. Oh, this paint is so old and crusty. My lid is welded on there. Okay, I can't even open that. Nope, she don't want to open. Shoot. What if I cut my lid off? It's like when you take the cork, break the cork out of the wine bottle, and you're like, well, now we gotta drink it all. Now we'll have to use it all. You know what? I could use this. If this turns out hideous and I really hate it, I can go back over it with this white. I'll just cut the lid off, spurt it all out, all over, and wipe away. Okay, let's see. Does the gold come off? Okay, no. See, I guess I figured out why these were sold or donated to the thrift store. You can't get into them. Next. What could I do? What could I do? Well, I do love me some glitter. My glitter paint. I'm enjoying that. I could do that. Put on some blobs of gold. Yeah. What about, let's see. Maybe I'll just spurt some little dots of glitter here and there. Oh, whoops, that was quite a bit. Okay, no problem. I've got another idea. I'm gonna take, look at this. I have this spool. What if oh, that isn't gonna do anything. What if I'll just spread it. I'm just spreading it around. Well, oh, I'm spreading my paint. Oh, okay. This is gonna be just a big old sloppy mess. Yep, okay. So much for my shapes. Now that I've done this, it just looks like somebody barfed on my my paint here. Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. That's all right, Mama. That's all right with me. Yeah, we'll just so now I'm just gonna have a mishmash of colors. There's a little pink, a little yellow, some silver glitter, and no more shapes. Okay, that's okay. It's gonna be pink and yellow and isn't crazy for the shapes anyway. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. And maybe I'll go back over it with my shapes. What was I saying? Yeah. The good thing about these envelopes is if you completely botch it up, you can just flip it over and start again. Okay, let's let this dry. And I'm gonna go wash my hands and I'll be right back. Okay, I have washed my hands and my cover is drying. I see lots of sparkles. Yeah, we'll see about the color. I don't know. Can always repaint it. But I'm just gonna keep going with it because I think that's what my Lynn would do. And I looked it up. I looked it up on my history on my YouTube channel, and her channel is called A Bit of Bird Song. Lynn is her name. A Bit of Bird Song. So I'm just gonna cut this because I don't want the whole thing. It's way too big. So I'm just gonna do a rough cut. And my plan is to just use things, and keep that for something else maybe. Just use things in my craft room that everybody should have. I'm not going to use any of my fancy cutting tools or my fancy stamps or inks or any of that stuff. Just gonna try and make a journal using the basics, so that my friend Christine can see that it can be done without having lots of stuff around. And I'm going to cut right here because I want to make sure everything the parts I'm keeping all have paint on them. So I'm going to trim this down even more after because down here I don't have a lot of paint. Okay, so now, ta-da, look at that. Now I have two. This is going to be our cover for this journal, but I still have this piece that I could make another padded journal envelope out of. So we'll save that. So here is my cover, and it's not 100% dry yet, so I'm just going to be really careful. But what I want to do is make sure that the easiest way to do the inside pages is just to be able to take a piece of paper and fold it in half. So I don't want to have to cut any of my pages. You know, I can, but I don't want to cut any of my pages to fit in this journal. So this is approximately a paper size. This is just an old page I have out of a coloring book. I was thinking of using this image for the cover, but then I'm like, we'll see. Maybe I still will. So say this is my page, if I'm gonna fold it in half, oh yeah, I've got lots of space all around. I've got lots of space, top and bottom. If that was to go in my book like that, I've got lots of room. So we can cut this down even more. We can cut our journal down even more. So let's see, how big is this page? I gotta measure. That ruler isn't good enough. Let's see, I got this ruler here. Okay, so a normal page is about 8 by, what is it, 11 and a half? Oh, not even. This one's 8 by, say 8 by 11. Okay. So if I fold it in half, then it should be about 5 by 8. 5 by 8. Okay, so I want my cover to be at least 5 by 8. So my eyes are so bad. Oh, geez, no wonder I haven't turned on my lamp. Hold on. I'm gonna jiggle you for a sec. Oh my, wow, let there be light. There we go. Okay, so my cover is 7 by 11. And what did I say I needed? I was to fold my page in half. Okay, so you see why I didn't become a math teacher. Suck at math. Suck at math. Yeah, it's about 5 by, what did I say? 8. Okay, so I think I'm gonna cut this down to about 8.5, I think. 8.5 should be long enough. And then 5 is about there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think I got it. So, and I kind of like that it's making its own little spine here. It's kind of just doing that on its own. So I'm just gonna go with that. I'm gonna fold that down. Make that a more definite crease. Because I like to have a spine on my journals. It just helps prevent what they call gator mouth. A gator mouth is when your journal is so fat that the edges don't, like your book doesn't close. But if you have a little spine, then it makes a big difference. And because this is a soft, what's considered a soft cover journal, it's just gonna roll. It's gonna be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to, you can see where I've kind of got what looks like a bit of a spine starting, which is good. That's a good thing. Okay, just gonna do that one more time. So the glitter does come off. That's okay. It doesn't, ain't nothing gonna faze me. I'm just going with it, you know? Okay, so I'm going to make some marks. I'm gonna cut this down. What did I say? I want about 8.5. Now I know everybody should have a pencil. So I'm just gonna make a few marks here so I know where to cut my journal. Eight and a half. And if I line those up, draw a line across, I'm gonna cut there. And I'm just going to double check, make sure that is in there. Yeah, as long as my pages are under 8.5. Yep, I think that'll work fine. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that right there. Just roughly cut it. Kind of letting the journal make itself. Okay. Oh, and then, so that'll be my front, but I don't want my front to be that wide. So, just looking at this, well, it's pretty close actually. I'm gonna make it about, right about here. Let's just make a line right about there. Yeah, close enough. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Cut that off. And I can save all these little pieces. I'll use them somewhere. Okay, so there's my cover, just like that. Now we got to do something on the inside of it. It's a little bit of a messy cut there. Let's see if I can get that a little better. Okay, good, good. I'm gonna make this my front. I didn't quite get enough paint down there, but we can always touch that up. That is no biggie. Now this was a picture I found in a coloring book. It's a little bit glossy, but that doesn't matter. So I think I'm going to cut this out. And I'm going to use this for my cover. So you can cut out any picture from anywhere. It could be something you draw yourself even. So I think I'm going to just cut a little bit of a border around it to begin with. Now what do I do here? If I cut through here, I'm going to lose something. I could cut right there. I'd lose that little flower, but I think that's okay. I think I'm going to do that. I want to keep that little green edge. Get out of here. So maybe I will go back and cut this right on that green edge so they're all the same. Shoot. Get. Okay. Be gone. There. Now, Lynn would never have cut it this nice. She would have probably ripped it out. Oh, that's gonna look cool. Because Dream Big, this is gonna be my new journal, like in January, I'm thinking. Great way to start the new year. Dream big. It's gonna be a great year. I can tell already. Now, this is a little cut off from that page, and this flower too. So I'm gonna save those. I can use those. Those are gonna be awesome. Now to me this is blending in too much into this, so I'm gonna put something under this picture just to bring it up a bit and to kind of set it apart from the journal. So what do I want to do? Has to be something that everybody has in their home. Let's see, how about a piece of cardboard or something? Let's see what I got here. And nope, that's too big. Let's see. I have this piece of cardboard that ooh, okay, that's kind of nice. This was a Triscuit box, and I just painted it. I was going to do something else with it, and I painted it. So I'm thinking it needs another coat, because you can still see the words through it. But then again, if it's just a border, maybe that's okay to have that in the background. Let's just, you know, little bit of a border here. If I was to cut it like that, okay. Yeah, that's all right. I don't mind that you can see some of the words and stuff underneath it. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna just try and, I can see I've got a rough edge here, so I'm just gonna try to smooth that up a bit. Smooth this one up a bit. I can't cut straight for my life, I'm telling you. That one's a little crooked too. Let's try and smooth that up a bit. Oh. This one's a little bit off up here. Okay, let's see. The old Triscuit box. And I put that on there. Dream big, baby. Okay, yeah, I like it. I like it. So I could glue this onto this cardboard and then glue that onto here. But is that enough? Could we take it even further? What could we do? Let's see. I'm feeling like it needs something more. It needs something more. Like I'm really digging the green in here with the polka dots. So what if I take a piece of paper, and I have this piece of paper, it's just a scrap. What if I, say I was to color it green and add some polka dots. Ooh, I could almost cover up. Ooh, okay, let's try this. I'm having an inspiration. Looking for my good old pencil crayons here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is let's take that green, I guess, and I just wanna make a mess. Just gonna color. Anybody could do this, right? This is kindergarten stuff. Just gonna go in like that. My pencil crayon is needs sharpening. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. And wish I had another shade of green. I have this darker one, but I don't really want to get darker. I just want to add in some more, I don't know, spice it up. More spices, better. Spices? I like my spices. Layers of color, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, I can see it. I can see it. A little depth there. Yep, yep. Okay, let's add in a little yellow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Just a little bit of yellow. Okay, I'm liking this. Looks good. Don't want to get too carried away with the yellow. And I have this darker shade of green. I don't want to go too dark though. If I go like that. Okay, I like that. I like that. Now, okay, I'll be right back.